How you doing today, folks? So today I have a review for you, or excuse me, I have an unboxing slash overview for you of the Wee Knives Scamp. This is purchased from the Love Them Knives channel, or LTK, which is a YouTuber and or secondary market. So let's get to it. So lately, I've been trying to get into, have a little bit of everything, right? So a couple balisongs, a couple slip joints, some high-end customs, some high-end production stuff, just different things. Got a couple flippers that I really like, front flippers, side flippers, thumb studs, etc., etc., etc. And I'm hoping this is just going to be my slip joint. So obviously I already have this slip joint, which I carry all the time, but I want something to kind of diversify. And for whatever reason, I'm not a huge fan of the whole GEC thing. It's just not my style. So we have as you can see, a wee pouch, cleaning cloth, paperwork, I'm assuming. Yeah, paperwork. And we have the knife. That, holy shit, that's small. Okay. All right. Full disclosure, I saw this, liked the profile, liked the steel, and I was like, oh, that's going to be cool. I didn't know it was this small. Holy crap. That is tiny. Oh, where'd it go? So, walk and talk. Whew, that is... Man, can we just do no wrong? Because they kill flippers, front flippers, you know, thumb studs. And now they're killing slip joints? That walk and talk is incredible. Holy crap. It's like an absolutely perfect pull. Maybe like a... Oops. About a 5. Maybe a 5.5, which to me is perfect. With a slip joint, you don't want a really light pull because you want to have a bit of force to deploy it. Because the force you use to deploy it is the same force it takes to close it. So you don't want it closing on your hands. But this is just perfect. This is all titanium, by the way. It's titanium S35 yen, I believe. Might be M390. Okay, so the blade steel is buried in there, and I can't read it, so I'm pretty sure it's F35 yen, which is an absolutely good to go steel. If it's M390, then that's even more awesome. So this has this gorgeous coating to it. It has this kind of almost like a hand rubbed satin, but with a DLC coat. It's really interesting. That follows through to the titanium scale, which has this milling in it. This absolutely gorgeous milling. And the bronzed hardware. I like the fake pivot. Man, this is absolutely gorgeous. I wish I had a pocket clip, but again, it being a slip joint, that whole traditional piece, I get why it's not there. I wish it was bigger. This is also a small knife, but just look at the size difference. They're pretty comparable in terms of length. Ah, that's not good. They're pretty comparable in terms of length. As you can see, actually, no, they're not. It's a little bit longer. But the handle on the Wee knife is much, much thinner. This has all this chunk to it. Also has a pocket clip. And this does not. I'm also pretty sure this is weight relieved because this is an insanely light knife. I can't even feel it in my hands. So since I already got one size comparison out, let's do the EDC staple, PM2. Much smaller than PM2. It's actually not too big of a difference in terms of overall length. PM2 is definitely bigger, but not by as much as you might think. But the thickness there is a world of difference in terms of how thick the scale is and the width of it and everything else. The Benchmade full-size Cryptilian. As you can see, again, very big difference. I really do love the design of this knife, man. Again, I just wish it was a little bit bigger, but I kind of almost don't care. It kind of works as is, and yeah, I'm actually really happy with this. So, this is my channel. We're going to do the Paragon Knives Warlock size comparison, which, spoiler alert, it's smaller than the Warlock. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We have a blank spot for the blade steel, but again, it's either S35EN or M390. I'm about 90% sure it's S35EN, which is an absolutely good-to-go blade steel, excellent edge retention, decent corrosion resistance, and it's relatively easy to sharpen. It also rarely ever chips / rolls like M39, or excuse me, like S30V does. So this is a used knife, but it's been gently used. You can see there's little bits of wear right there, but that also might be because I just fucking dropped it. I'm not really sure, honestly. Either way, not a big deal. I actually use my knives, so really just not a factor at all. This handle is absolutely beautiful. I feel like Wii does way too much futuristic stuff, which isn't really my style personally. But this really blends that kind of futuristic, sci-fi, cyberpunk-esque aesthetics with a very traditional styling, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. Also, this is a slip joint that you can take apart. See that? That is Torx. That is not a pin. Most slip joints are pinned together, and good luck taking them apart. Ergonomics, this is probably a 2.5 finger knife. I can't even fully get my middle finger or index finger on the knife, but it still feels pretty good. Again, it's definitely a smaller knife, but yeah, it works for what it is. Kind of like a fear-friendly sheeple knife. Absolutely excellent. And I just want to comment for 1 second, once again, on this blade, man. Oh my God. I've honestly never seen a kind of like a hand satin finish on a DLC coating where you have that kind of like a pinstripe, sort of aged, but also very kind of artistic looking. That is just absolutely beautiful. And this titanium, all the mill work done, and then the coating onto it, whatever they did to blacken it out like this, this really is incredible. And finally, the action, which again is perfect. It has just the right amount of pull, just the right amount of drop. This is amazing. Did it again. Not used to that type of a small knife, so this is probably going to get dropped quite a few times, but again, I use my knives, so I accept that. But as far as overall first impressions on what I think about this piece, honestly, in terms of it being a slip joint and how good the action is, the fit and the finish and everything else, I have no complaints. If you're looking for a modern traditional slip joint and you happen to like this type of aesthetic and this gorgeous finishing and everything else, then you really cannot go wrong with the Wii Knives Scamp. It is beautiful, and honestly, despite how small and how thin it is and how much it's normally not what I like in my knives, I love this. 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. The action, the fit, the finish, the styling, everything is just, in my personal opinion, out of this world. So, with all that being said, as always, thank you so much for your time, your support, your likes, your subscribes, your comments. I genuinely and truly appreciate you all so very much. And I love you all so very much. As always, please do me this one personal favor and take care. And be nice to one another, to love one another, to forgive, to forget, to do the best you can to move on from negative situations and to find your center. I love you all and take care.